Hey, Celestial Piper here, or you can call me Danielle from Soldier of the Watch. I'm just going to wait a little bit until some people show up, and there she is. Hey! I didn't bother putting makeup on, see? But my hair is brushed. How you doing, Sharni? Looks like you're my first person. I also have to get around putting people in as mods. But I haven't been blessed to have a troll yet. All right, so it looks like we have a couple more people showing up. Just going to give a few more minutes. Hey, Sapphire. So I was a few minutes late. I was like, oh, maybe I want a cup of tea. I think I might get a cup of tea. So then that held me up a little bit. I got so much to share today. I say you're doing something right if you get trolls. I think some of them are actually paid to do what they do. Not all of them, just some of them. Sapphire, have you gotten a troll yet on your page? I haven't gotten to watch your latest. Yeah, that's, I just say, like, let's see, Edge of Wonder, they get a lot of trolls. And I know Marth does as well. So I always say if I get to the level where I have trolls showing up on my live stream or any of my, if I do a premiere or something like that, I'm doing something right. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I did want to share some things with you guys. I am completely off my pain medicine. Yes. And I did it within 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Bear with me real quick. I just got a message, so I got to answer real quick. Yes, it only took me 2 weeks. That goes to show that it can happen. Thank you, Grant. And today I started eating the way you said to eat, and I took that fossil stuff this morning, which did not taste like anything, which was great. And one second. All right. And the only time I had any kind of nasty taste was at the very end of my cup where it must have not fully mixed in. So, but really compared to the things that I have been taking, like, all right, I am not a fan of the CBD oil as far as taste goes. It's disgusting. I'm never going to get used to it. It tastes like I'm eating grass out of my backyard. And yeah. I probably just need to stir just a little bit more, Grant. Yeah, but the CBD oil is disgusting. And hey, Dan. I don't think I'll ever get used to that. At least with, I'm also taking the wild lettuce, and it's got valerian root in it. You know what? Give me a second. I'll get it and show you. So I purchased this. A little bit of a glare. There we go. And of course, it's like backwards, but it says Christopher's Original Formula Dietary Supplement Valerian Nerve. And what it has is it has the wild lettuce in it, and it has the it has valerian root in it. So I've been taking this since Friday, I want to say. I like it. It's helping me with my pain along with the CBD oil. And the CBD oil I take is a really good kind. I have other good news to share with you guys real quick. My husband just texted me. And they have him in the service department all week. He basically has the job. He just has to go through all the motions. So if you haven't listened to my other videos, my husband, his job, he's a technician manager. So he watches over the technicians who build the cars. So like they buy a car from, and they being CarMax, buy a car from a customer. I almost said patient because that was my world. And then what they do is they go over everything that needs to be done. Is there some body work that needs to be done? If so, it's going to have to go to paint and oh gosh, his old department, and I can't think of it right now, but basically they do light body work and stuff. Does it need a new windshield? Is there a crack in the wind? You get what I'm saying? Just things to get it ready to put on the lot. He's going to actually be going over to the customer service side. So he'll have to be dealing with angry customers and stuff. But my husband did that for years before we moved here to North Carolina. And then he did it for 7 years when he worked as a manager for Starbucks. So when it comes to that stuff, that's the man you want to have in that role. Cool thing is this is a promotion. So that means more money. And that also means he's in his niche, first of all. So it's something he's passionate about. And he gets stock options and things like that. He also gets to be a part of the demo program. So I hope this all works out. It sounds like he has a good chance of really having it. And I'm thinking the fact that they're going to have him over in service this whole week, good things. So yes, woo, woo. It just goes to show you. And I wish I could react different when I'm in those situations. But, you know, everything seems like, and a certain somebody in our chat knows who I'm talking to. And when certain situations seems like you just really don't have a way out, or maybe something's happening, but you're nervous about it because if you're like me, I have a lot of control issues. So if I can't see ahead of what the outcome's going to be, I'm going to make myself worry over stupid stuff. Like, what if this doesn't work out? What if that doesn't work out? What if this happens? And all those what ifs are really a lot of white and gray hairs for absolutely nothing. So hopefully one day I'm going to learn. I have to wonder if that's the reason why I'm here on this earth, is to learn how not to worry. But I had gotten my second letter from Social Security. Of course, I told you guys they were going to, I'm just waiting for my next denial. So this was a denial. But our Papa in heaven's good, because look what's going on with my husband. It's pretty awesome. So this meditation that I've been doing and stuff like that has been wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I think it's helping me a lot with my pain and how to manage it, on top of the things I'm taking and stuff. And I'm sure once I get past the first 2 weeks of eating the way that Grant suggested, because it's going to be torture for me, Grant. Once I pass, usually it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for me. And once I pass that, I'm usually good. So, and the first week's the worst. So, so far I'm doing well. Other thing is I started a new Etsy shop. I know, crazy, but I'm such an eclectic person. And when you're selling, you really don't want to go too far out of the spectrum. So, I have the other one still. I'm selling like more like gear stuff and steampunkish and like bicycle spoke bracelets over there. But I wanted to do a celestial shop since I'm Celestial Piper, right? So it's called Celestial Divine Designs. And the D doesn't have an I after it. So just says divine. And so this is some of the stuff that I started to make. It's going to be polymer clay. And so like this will have a chain going from it. So it'll be like that. And then you got bigger ones. And then I got other designs I want to do, like the goddess design, you know, where it's like this. And all sorts of stuff. So we'll see what happens with it. I'm very passionate about doing this stuff. So that would be really good. And then eventually, once I get myself in a routine between this and YouTube, I'd like to start painting again and then sell them on eBay. So there you go. So today I had the topic, and don't forget to hit the like button if you guys didn't hit the like button. I'm going to be doing, as you probably see on the live thing, is, oh, shoot. And you know what? I had an article already and I lost it. Bear with me one second. I'm going to be talking about depression that comes with having chronic illness. Or that comes because maybe you've conquered it, but I think all in all, we're still going to have our days. So bear with me here. And Sharni needs to show me the ropes because eventually I'll be able to share my screen like she can and be able to show you these things, which would be awesome. So bear with me one second. Now, you've heard my story, and I know that you guys talk to each other in chat in regards to your story. But we have talked before about how depression can definitely sneak up on us when it comes, here it is, when it comes to having to deal with the chronic illness and stuff like that. We have our dark days, and that's normal. I always like to tell myself, because I could talk to myself this way. I would not talk to anybody else that way unless they wanted me to talk to them this way. But I'll tell myself, okay, I'm giving you the permission to have a pity party day today. But after today, you better get up and dust the dirt off and move on. Because it's so easy to get sucked in that dark pit of doom when dealing with chronic illness, and depression just makes it worse. And I think it's so important, positivity really holds a lot of strength or whatever. I can't think of the word. So I feel your pain, Sharni, from earlier when you couldn't think of the word. Did you ever think of the word? If you guys haven't heard about that Crohn's chick, that's Sharni, who I'm talking to right now. I have her link in my details screen. So why don't you go over and subscribe to her channel. She's pretty awesome. She's growing. I'm excited for her. She's changed some like her banner and stuff like that, which looks amazing, by the way, Sharni. And show her some love, guys. We're all in this together. That's the whole point of me doing this little support thing that we got going on. Let's see. She's got a whole bunch. So check out this article because she did a really good job. She's telling her story. I'm not going to get into that part of it. I just want to get to the 5 steps that she talked about. But my computer's like going super slow. Okay. So let me come back to you guys real quick. I got it ready and going. I am having the case of the Mondays, which I didn't think you could have anymore when you're not working, but apparently you can. So that's what's going on with me. Hey, Old School and Pebbles Travels. That is pretty cool. Am I okay to call you just Old School? I like how you spelled it too. I've seen SKOOL, but I have never seen it done with the SKOOWL. That's sweet. Thank you, Grant, for the encouragement. Hey, Nightblade, how's my girl doing? All right, so let's go over here. So the first one that she listed was isolation, okay? And she says, isolation is common for many of us struggling with health issues. Yeah, I think she's about right at that. When I'm flaring, for example, I may not leave the house for a week. If I do go somewhere, it's to get groceries or prescriptions. Doctor's appointments and errands just aren't the same as connecting with friends. Yeah, probably like the highlight of my weeks usually are going to the doctors. But now I have you guys. So it's like virtually having a group of friends to talk to, which is awesome. Even when we aren't isolated physically, we may be emotionally removed from others who aren't able to comprehend what it's like for us to be ill. Many able people don't understand why we may need to alter or cancel plans due to our illnesses. It's how we start losing our friends. It's also incredibly difficult to comprehend the physical and emotional pain we experience. And that is so true. And she even has this is pretty neat. She has a tip that says find others online who are also struggling with chronic illness. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same one as yours. A great way to find others is through Twitter using hashtags like hashtag Spoonie, hashtag Spoonie Chat. She says if you want to help your loved ones understand illness more, there's the Spoon Theory by Christine Miserandino. And she said it can be a useful tool. So there's some really neat stuff in here. She put that how a simple text can lift your spirits, can make all the difference to your relationship and state of mind. That is so true because it's a lonely road, chronic illness. And then when you have people that stop calling you and things like that, it just it makes it suck even more. She says number 2, and I don't know if this would be for any of us or for some of us. She said she has abuse as number 2. Dealing with abuse can be a major issue for those of us who are already living with chronic illness or disability. We are almost 4 times more likely to deal with emotional, mental, sexual, or physical abuse. Reliance on others exposes us to people who don't always have our best interests at heart. We are also often more vulnerable and unable to fight back or defend ourselves. It's really sad. Abuse does not even have to be directed at you for it to affect your long-term health. That's a very good point. Health issues like fibromyalgia, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress have been linked to exposure to abuse, whether you're a victim or a witness. So like in my case, I never was abused, but mentally, I guess in a way, as far as maybe post-traumatic stress, it was kind of interesting because last week I had a dream that my mom was sneaking alcohol. She doesn't have that problem anymore. She can't. I mean, dementia and stuff like that. She probably wouldn't even think of it. But she had for years an alcohol problem when I was a kid. So, that did have a major effect on me. So she's got a really good point on that. Are you concerned or unsure that you may be dealing with emotional abuse? So some key identifiers are shaming, humiliating, blaming, and either being distant or incredibly too close. Tip, if you can, try to stay away from people who are abusive. It took me 26 years to fully recognize and cut contact with an abuser in my family. Since I've done that, though, my mental, emotional, and physical health have improved drastically. Well, my problem is I worked with the abuser. So some people don't have that luxury of getting away from them, unfortunately, unless they try to change their position, which really stinks because if you really like your position, let me come over to you guys real quick, see how everything's going. What's your thoughts? Light Blade, who's mean as ever? You're not saying you're mean as ever, are you? Where in my apartment? Oh my gosh, Sapphire, that sucks. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, B. Well, we absolutely adore each other. I am very happy to have you on here. And you'll find that in here, everybody's just so cool and everybody's so supportive and everybody is sweet. And Nightblade, I think you make yourself out to be way worse than you think you are. Or you're just really good at hiding since you don't have to show your face. I'm going to back up because I didn't do this the last time. I'm just going to back up just to make sure I didn't miss anything good going on here in the chat. Heidi Ho, Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo. I'll never grow up, guys. Yeah, so if you guys hadn't heard me talking about it, I was on that Crohn's Chicks channel today, Sharni, and she got a troll. It was awesome. And let's see. Sometimes I think I am extremely tech-tarded. That's a good thing you stored up water, right? Thank you, Marv. Nightblade, great point. Thank you for recommending that. I can get, let's see. If I could try to remember, I can send an, unless you can do it, Nightblade, I can send an invite link to be. Yeah, and funny thing is both of us were talking, Grant, so neither one of us were seeing the chat. And but you know what? I think Nancy was in there. I think. Well, anyway, I still haven't made you guys mods yet on mine. I gotta get that taken care of. I don't think I'm gonna get a troll though. They probably think this is boring. We don't. We love each other in here. So let's see. Number 3, lack of medical support. Boy, we know nothing about that, do we, guys? I am so frustrated with doctors. It's not even funny. There are many ways we can experience a lack of support from doctors and other healthcare providers, from those who don't believe that certain conditions are real, like the orthopedic doctor, to those who call us hypochondriacs. Yeah, because I just want to be sick. To those who don't listen at all. I've worked with physicians and I know their jobs aren't easy. It's like I'm talking here, but neither are our lives. When the people prescribing treatments and care for us don't believe us or care about what we're going through, that's enough pain to bring both depression and anxiety into our lives. And as she gives a tip here, she says, remember, you are in control, at least to an extent. You're allowed to fire a doctor if they aren't being helpful. That's to say, move on, right? Or provide feedback. You can often do this semi-anonymously through the clinic or hospital system you visit. I'll be honest with you, I could care if they know who I am or not. Number 4, finances. The financial aspects of our illnesses are always difficult to deal with. Our treatment clinic or hospital visit medications, over-the-counter needs, and accessibility devices aren't cheap by any measure. Insurance may help or it may not. And this goes double for those of us living with the rare complex disorders. It says insurance may help. Yeah. Like the triple dipping that my pain management doctor does. Well, it's not so much real triple dipping, but because they can do it. So the hospital's making money, the anesthesia group's making money, and then the individual provider's making money off me. So my visit's costing almost $200 to go there. One of the big reasons I got off of the pain medicine, and of course, it wasn't helping me other than just, muting my pain. I am a big believer in having to feel some pain so that you know what's going on with your body. As soon as you numb yourself to the point that you can't feel it, then how are you able to really process what's going on with your body? To me, that can hide some things, and then you're like, what? I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, pain is it's an amazing thing that your body does. It's a signal that says, hey, there's something wrong. If we couldn't feel anything, you put your hand on a hot stove and you'll burn your hand and have no idea you did it unless you look at it, right? It goes the same with what's going on in your body. You know, like, for example, I had my first complication other than the neuropathy and stuff, but more of acute, oh my gosh, I can't talk. Anyway, more of an acute thing, complication. And had my face not started hurting and wasn't able to open my jaw and stuff, you know, how would I known I had an infection in there? You know, because my saliva producing glands, and for those of you who don't know, I know a lot of you do. Hey, Phil. B, I'm not sure if you've seen any of my videos, but you have like saliva glands all throughout your mouth, and up here it's the parotid, I think it's called. It got blocked, and what happened with that was because it got blocked, it caused an infection. So I'm on antibiotics; they're working. I can open my mouth, yay. And other than my typical jaw issues of cracking and all that wonderful stuff, it is fine. So I have Sjogren's disease, and part of the issues with Sjogren's disease is dryness. I mean, dryness everywhere that your body produces fluid. So eyes, mouth, you name it. And I have teeth that are missing on my bottom because of the amount of cavities I get because my mouth is so dry. It took years, probably about 20 something years, for them to finally diagnose me with Sjogren's. Yeah, I've been telling them for 20 something years that I know I have it. And it attacked my nerves. But this was horrible, and it was swollen, and it was terrible. But can't wait to see my rheumatologist this week and today. Hey, I got my first complication with Sjogren's. My labs were great, so my organs and all are doing well. And let me see over here in chat before I read the last 5. Hey, Christy. This is so awesome. I think I have the same amount of people in my chat as you did, Sharni. I wonder if they have the Indiana room, Christy. I'm going to see if I remember, go over there and check, because I know that some states they've actually combined, like North Carolina, which is mine. I got to go let my dogs in, so you're taking a walk with me. There's no South Carolina group and Georgia group. So they've combined North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. And then we try to do meetups. I haven't gotten to go to them. They're just too far for me. And with the pain and all, the traveling's a nightmare. But they'll get together where there's a better place for Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina to not have to travel too far. So they may have, what I would do is, Christy, I would send a message to Shauna or Dex, and they can let you know what you need to do. Let's see. Oh, I know it's nighttime where you're at, Sharni. So you have a good night. Love you, lady. And I'm just going back here. I just want to see if I missed anything, guys. I always say trolls need love too. Well, B, you got folks to talk to now. I try to do a live support group every day, but I do have doctor's appointments and stuff. And so sometimes I won't. Like this week, I got a couple things going on, so I'll probably just do 3 live shows. And if I can sneak in, do a small video just to say hey to you guys, I like to do that. or give some kind of positive message to you guys. But we usually run about an hour, and everybody is just so supportive of each other. And it's really, I say it all the time, I think it's more blessing to me than it is to you guys, because when I don't get together with y'all, I feel like I've missed something, you know? Oh, I'm sorry, Phil, about your daughter. I just saw your comment. I had to eat some walnuts. I'm hungry. Let's see here. Oh, so Marfugal does have in Indiana. I haven't been to that many states, to be honest with you. I've been up and down the whole East Coast, except for Vermont, Rhode Island, and that's about it. And apparently I've been to Nebraska, but I don't remember it, so that doesn't count. I've never been to the West Coast or even mid. I've driven through Arkansas, driven through Mississippi. Got a t-shirt from a gumball machine that said I was in Iuka, Mississippi. Let's see. I don't know. I've been to Canada. That's not part of the United States. Yeah. I haven't really been that many places. My husband was a Navy brat, so not that he was really a brat. He was a good kid. But he's been to a bunch of different places. He's been to California. Hey, I am light. Like your name. Let's see. Let's do the last 5, and then we can just chit-chat for a while. I mean, it's number 5, the last one. Grief. So, I think we all know what this is. We grieve for an awful lot when we deal with illness, what our lives could be without it. Our limitations, exacerbated or worsening symptoms, and so much more. Getting sick as a child, I didn't necessarily feel as though I had much to grieve. I had time to grow into my limitations and figure out a few workarounds. Today, I have more chronic conditions. As a result, my limitations change often. It's difficult to put into words how damaging that can be. For a while after college, I didn't run for school or races, but for myself, I was happy that I could run at all. Seriously. Even when it was 1/10 of a mile at a time. When suddenly I couldn't run anymore because I was told that it was affecting too many joints, I was devastated. I know running isn't good for my personal health right now, but also know that not being able to run anymore hurts. Like for me, I did martial arts, and when my body was not too happy with the stuff I was doing, it let me know. I was collapsing, things like that. I miss it. I love martial arts. And it just stinks, you know? So it really causes depression a lot more because, you know, there's things that you like to do and you can't do them anymore. Let's see. She has a tip. It says trying therapy can be a great way to deal with these feels. I think we're pretty much doing that in here. We might not be talking to a professional therapist, but we're talking to each other, and that helps. It isn't accessible to everyone, I know, but it changed my life. Services like Talkspace and crisis hotlines are so vital when we are struggling. So she says the path to acceptance is a winding road. There's no one period of time we grieve the lives we could have had. Most days I'm fine. I can live without running, but on other days, the hole that running once filled reminds me of the life I used to have just a few years ago. Remember that even when it feels like chronic illness is taking over, you are still in control and are capable of making the changes you need to make in order to live the fullest life. And those are wise words right there, guys. So, for example, I like making my jewelry, right? It's something to look forward to. It's something I enjoy. I might not be able to do the martial arts anymore, but instead of me focusing on the things I can't do, it's better for me to focus on the things I can do. You know what I mean? So that's my advice to you guys. Having a different outlook on things, changing that thought process. They say it takes 21 days to create a habit. Why don't, in those 21 days, change your thought process? Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I am beautiful. Say, you know what? I'm going to feel good today. Now, whether it happens or not, that's one thing, but still be positive. You know what? I'm going to do this today, or this is how I'm going to be very, very loving and caring. And I mean, there's all sorts of things you can do, like little mantras or whatever they call them. That's what I've been doing. And I think it's helped a lot. I've been a lot more pleasant to be around as far as my family goes. And so, that stuff, that power of the mind stuff, it works. It really does, guys. And, like Grant says, I mean, coping can be hard for sure. It's so true, we have to be our own cheerleader, basically, because, we're not going to be able to, some of us, we lose all our friends, and some of us, lose some of our friends. I mean, I think you can, this is a hard one for me. I think you can really appreciate knowing exactly who your real friends are. And that's rough, and but it is what it is. You know what you can handle, how much you can handle, and what you want to handle, if that makes sense. So you just need to say, you know what? This is my circumstances. This is what's going on. We're your cheerleader friends, B. We got your back. But I am the same way. I am like, same way about being a cheerleader. For those of you that aren't seeing the chat, B was saying that she's lonely. She's got her own cheerleader friends, ? And I just wanted her to know she does. And you know what, Christy, you were right. Some of us lose more than others, especially if somebody lives alone. You see how wonderful Social Security is, right? You just don't get it that easy. Although there seems to be some people that get it so much easier than others, which is crazy. It don't matter how long you've worked or anything like that. But some of us, maybe we live on our own and we lose our job because we can't work. And then you have Social Security who is constantly turning you down for help. And so then you can lose your home. I mean, how many people could be on the streets because they have a chronic illness and they've lost their jobs? Now they don't have medical and whatever else. So yeah, some people, they lose a lot more than others. Me, I had to, because I felt lonely and all, but I had to tell myself just how good I do have it. I could sit there and go, I'm a caretaker, it's stressful, I got this, I got that. But I had to tell myself, look, and we all get there on our own time. But I said, look, you have a husband who's very supportive, who works hard, who's taking care of everything. And I said, you have a son who's good, he does well in school. I mean, it's like all sorts of stuff, And I had to get there. And I'm still, I'm a work in progress, okay? But I'll tell you what, just in these last few weeks, there's been such a great change with me. And I know that having the support I have with you guys helps a great deal. And then the fact that I can hopefully help uplift you guys or give you something positive to look at, just knowing that you have the support by me and the rest of you, it's just great because it's lonely. You can have all sorts of people around you, but unless they're going through the same thing, it's not the same. I'm really grateful for meeting all of you guys. You've all played such an important little part that for the great big picture for me. You've blessed me in each and every way. B, you have nothing to apologize about, hon. In here, we don't apologize unless we're hurting somebody's feelings. No need to apologize. You don't have to apologize for how this has affected you. You don't have to apologize for the pain you're feeling. You don't have to apologize about anything. Okay. I know that we get into those kind of habits of doing that because of people not understanding what we're going through and them thinking we're whining. But you know what? Love doesn't work that way. Real love supports you no matter what. So you don't have to worry. Christy, I love you, girl. Allie, you too. Sapphire, Phil, Nightblade, Sharni, who's not here anymore. And I think Grant might have popped off there. I love you guys so much. And everybody else that's watching right now. I'm very blessed to have you guys. Sorry, I'm eating some walnuts, keeping my blood sugar. This is going to be a hard diet. Oh, there's Grant. Grant is awesome. I was very blessed, speaking of blessings, meeting him through Sharni, who I met from a really, really crazy channel. But anyway, I'm trying to get more subs. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I want subscribers that want to be here. You know what I mean? I appreciate Marv. I love all the Fugals. So by all means, they can all come over here if they want. But I want to help people, which helps me. So, and Grant's been awesome. Grant has given me some advice that I am taking. And now the only part I'm having trouble with right now, Grant, is that at Aldi, which is a very cheap store, and they have a lot of nice natural stuff, chicken, the cheapest pack I could find that was non-GMO was $9. And I thought my husband was going to have a heart attack. He wasn't too happy about it. And since I'm not making money, it makes it a little hard. But I don't want to keep you guys too long. Does anybody have any questions or anything before I go? Yeah, I know it, Nightblade. I mean, that's bad. Food prices are going up, and it's going to be even worse. Yeah, the powers that be, Grant, make sure that instead of just having everything non-GMO, instead they give you choices that can kill you. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Aldi's cheaper than Walmart, though. That's the only thing. Oh, I believe that too. I really do. Yeah. Adam doesn't go on, I don't think, on Sunday nights because they go to church and stuff like that. So that's kind of his little day break. So I'm glad that you found us. And I usually do around the same time, anywhere between 10 and 10:30. So this week I'll be able to do Monday, Thursday, and Friday, I believe. Tomorrow I'm meeting up with my prayer girls, and then Wednesday I have a doctor's appointment. If I can go on later Wednesday, I'll do that, but it depends on how everything's going. Yeah. You know what? I was talking to Sharni about this, and a lot of people don't understand how much work it is with a YouTube channel, because you need to make sure you're getting plenty of videos out there to keep everybody interested and help build your channel so that you can reach other people. And that's my mission with this. It's really, even though I look at the number a lot, it's not so much that I care about the number as I want to reach many people to help them and, you know, help each other really. So I'm glad you found this channel, B, and I will be adding you to my prayer list along with everybody else on here. And, Dan, when are you bringing out another music video? Guys, Dan Castro, Worship. He's got, you like worship music, head over to his channel. He sings and plays guitar. He's really good. That's how I met Dan. He saw one of my worship videos and he commented on it. And so I went over and I because I'll do that. And somebody I know has a channel. They sub to me, I sub to them. We got to look out for each other, all the creators. I don't like these creators going against each other. And Phil, I love you, Phil. And I'm going to add these guys' links. I didn't get time to do all that this morning. Phil Arnold's channel, Lineage. So it's Phil Arnold's channel, Lineage. He has his own channel and videos and stuff like that. So go check him out. And he just revamped his name. So he was just Channel Lineage, but now it's Phil Arnold's Channel Lineage. So that's telling you he's going places. Your throat is not healing. Are you sick, Dan? Or is it something else? You don't think it, you know? All right, we'll be praying for you. Okay, so you're, okay. Yeah, well, just keep an eye on it, Dan, because with singers, we always have to be, and I'm not putting this out there on you, we always have to be careful that we don't have any type of cysts or polyps or anything like that on our vocal cords, because that can play havoc with singing. And it happens to singers. More singers that are like your rock kind of music and stuff, they probably get affected the most. But if you sing a lot, that can affect you. And Grant said that ginger is really, really good. And he also said maybe a couple drops of clove oil as well in a shot glass of water. So anybody that's listening to this, if you have the same similar problems, Grant Hubbard, check. Do you have a channel going, Grant? Like, as far as, do you do any kind of videos or anything? I think you might have said that you will be, just not yet. Well, let me tell you while I'm waiting for him to say something. Grant is great. He's going to be getting his doctorate in August. The man is full of any kind of homeopathic, natural kind of health stuff. So that's what I'm doing. Now I'm working on taking care of my issues naturally instead of putting all these chemicals, and hoping to get rid of some other pills that I'm taking as well. But can't do it all at one shot because withdrawal sucks. But okay, so all right, so Grant says he has this channel. So it's Grant Hubbard, Hubbard. But he will have an alternative medicine. That's the word I needed, Grant. Alternative medicine channel in a few months. So be on the lookout for that. Definitely want to show Grant some support. He has given me such great advice. I'm really excited and I'm looking forward to feeling better. If I could get myself working again, I would be so happy. At least part-time. And something that I can handle is important too, because yeah, I'm a very sensitive person and it's tough working with difficult people. Grant says he's full of piss and vinegar on his channel. Don't hold it against them. Oh, stop, Grant. Oh, Allie, you're so awesome. She said she subbed last week. I don't judge. There's many of us that do, and I hate to say it, but majority of us Christians, I'm not saying we are in here, but I'm sure that we have our moments too. So I can't say I haven't been bad in any way. Usually it's with my own family, which is totally wrong. Hopefully I've gotten way better. But we can tend to be like the worst judgmental people. Christians really do have a bad name, them and Muslims. It's so funny how close we are as far as similarities. But I think I'm going to get going. I don't want to keep you guys too long, and I'm going to have to make lunch in a little while. So, and just make sure I haven't missed anything. Okay, so I'm going to get jumping off here, guys. It has been wonderful as usual because I absolutely adore you all. I thank you so much for showing B the love that we show each other. B, I'm going to be praying for you, my friend, my new friend. And Dan, be praying for your throat as well. And praying for Phil's daughter who's running a fever. It's tough when our babies, no matter how old they are, is not feeling well. Grant, love you. Thank you so much for your help. And I am excited to continue to tell you guys just how I'm doing. But the first hurdle over, no more payments. Woo! It can happen. All right, guys. I love you all. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will add those links that I told you about everybody's channels in there. All right. Be blessed. This is Danielle, Celestial Piper, Soldier of the Watch. Peace out. Much love.